Is a transit camp, called in Hebrew, מעברה. 132 of them scar the face of Israel. I visited one of these camps, one just outside Jerusalem. I found the administration office. Some kind of meeting was going on. I interrupted. Pardon me. Are you in charge here? Can you speak English, please?
I can try. I was born in Cleveland. I manage the מעברה, but I have help. These people are the Bad, elected by the residents here. A sort of board of supervisors.
Don't misunderstand me, but things are rough here, aren't they?
I understand you. And you're right. It is bad. The truth is that the Mābarot are slums. You have them in the States and don't like it. We have them here. And we don't like it. I tell you, we will someday be done with the Mābarot. Bad as they are, they're better than the reception camps the immigrants lived in before.
How are they better? What's the difference?
In the reception camps, the people were refugees, charity cases. No state can afford hundreds of thousands of people living on charity month after month. And no person can live long on charity and keep his self-respect. This Mābara is no refugee camp. And these people are not charity cases. Look around. This is a kind of city.
I looked around, and he was right. The Mābara is a kind of city. A city in transition. That's what Mābara means. Transition. The passage from one place to another. The change from one thing to another. The time between. Transition. That tells the story. In Israel, 250,000 people are in transition. They come to the Mābarot throughout the country by the thousands every month. And here they will live for a time. Not quite homeless, not yet housed. Not quite strangers, not yet friends. 250,000 people. Men, women, and children. Living in transition. In the time between. New immigrants arrive at every Mābara almost every day. They come from Persia and Iraq, from Hungary and Poland and Yugoslavia. They come from 47 countries. Her name is Miriam Biale. She is 32, from Romania. Widowed, with 3 children. She is assigned to hut number 406. Yosef Kupfa, age 50, Polish, married, 3 children. hut number 17. His name is Eliyahu Shimush. He is 65, from Persia, married, 5 children, hut number 80. Name, age, country of origin, hut number 12. Next, each card is a family. Each family gets a hut. 50,000 families, 50,000 huts. For every family, 1 tin hut. Call it home. This is what it's like. For some, like these immigrants from the Arab countries, conditions here are about as good as they have known. And life is freer than they have known. And more secure. That's part of the problem. To show them a better life and to help them achieve it. For some, the strain here is very great. Quarrels flare quickly in the מעברה. And no one, with a baby he loves, wants the baby to grow up in a place like this. Everyone who has seen a מעברה knows it for what it is, a slum. That's the truth, but only part of it. The truth is also that this is only a beginning, and it is a beginning that has at least some dignity. The truth is also that these conditions are not permanent, and they are not hopeless. For no matter how primitive, the people here are not beggars. They try to pay their own way. They buy their own food. They keep their own shops. The children here do not run wild and lost. Even in these conditions, a beginning is made. Even in this time of transition, the children are not neglected. The schools in the מעברה are maintained partly by the small taxes the people themselves pay for this purpose. The rest of the costs are paid by the state and by United Israel Appeal agencies. Many of these kids have never been to a school in their lives until now. The physical conditions may be primitive, but the curriculum is the same here as in any other school. School is more than an alphabet. It is training for a whole new way of life. This boy, for example, learns that there is more to a toothbrush than just its Hebrew name. The health of every child in the מעברה is guarded with particular care. For 1 year after arrival, each new immigrant family is entitled to full medical treatment free of charge. Although the emphasis is on preventive care, The clinics are equipped to handle emergency cases when necessary. Doctors and medical facilities in every Ma'abara are provided by the statewide medical insurance system. Although most new immigrants will look to agriculture for their livelihood, many turn forward to Israel's growing industry. The United Israel Appeal Agencies and the government are building industrial training centers in the Ma'abara to provide training in the skills needed by industry. Those accepted for training spend 6 months in these schools. All students receive a subsidy in the form of a government loan to be repaid out of future earnings. If the student is supporting a family, he receives additional financial assistance. The graduates of these vocational training schools are often referred to specific jobs in industry by labor exchanges within the Ma'abara. For such people, the transition from Ma'abara to successful absorption becomes a little easier. Many of these workers receive their training in the Ma'abara. Others have participated in on-the-job training programs instituted by the companies themselves. As part of Israel's total effort to integrate the newcomers, every factory in the country employs new immigrants, both men and women. There is no discrimination. There is only one consideration: the ability to learn the job and do it well. As a result of the careful training programs, many new immigrants without previous experience are today able to perform exacting and responsible work. The expanding industries are important to Israel's security and provide work for many new immigrants. But the country's basic need is food. In helping to provide the nation's food, the vast majority of Ma'abara dwellers will find their future work on the land itself. 250,000 people still live in transit camps, called in Hebrew, Ma'abarot. But more than 150,000 others have left the Ma'abarot and are settled on the land. In scores of well-established settlements and in 200 new communities from Galilee to the Negev desert, new immigrants are serving the country that has given them opportunity and permanent refuge. By answering Israel's call to the land, these new farmers are providing secure lives for themselves and their families. They are no longer in transition.